I'm too sleepy to do a bit. Oh, did I make you yawn just now?
Yeah.
Oh no, we're both tired.
Oh, fuck.
Shit. We have to do an episode now.
In my defense, it's nearly 2 a.m.
Oh my god. Well, that's what we get for doing back catalog.
Yeah.
I actually am too sleepy to do a bit. I don't want to think about trying to be funny.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it. I want to bang out this episode very not heartless, but like what am I trying to say? Very
uncaring.
Very soulless. Yeah.
Very cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just kind of. I think we're on episode 39, 38.
38.
38.
Yeah.
It's time for us to start churning this out like a product.
Oh yeah, to just be staring like blank faced into and just long pauses between questions or talking or blinking.
We'll do we'll do what we have to. Say thanks everyone so much for listening and for all the money that we get for this, and we'll talk to you next week.
Yeah, thanks. I've been.
Oh hey. That's mean. I might bleep that out. They have an okay podcast.
Bleep it out.
You don't need to be calling out actual YouTubers. Some YouTubers podcasts like actually does fucking suck.
Some
sure.
do suck. She doesn't actually suck. I just was thinking of a podcaster off the top of my head.
I'm gonna bleep that out because I disagree with it.
That's fine.
And I don't want to sound too jaded.
We won't have any slander on our podcast.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
so what makes you feel fucking jaded and old? Because for me lately and forever, it's been going on Twitter.
Yeah.
Because I was just
it'll do that.
I was just talking to Alex about it today, where I'm just like, I don't tweet nearly as much as I used to, and I used to just like rattle off just like things every fucking day, and I just find no joy in it because Twitter is so broken and the algorithm is so catered to just like people saying fucking nothing all the time. That it's just not it's barely worth fucking with the platform anymore. It's so broken, but nobody knows it's broken because the people who are benefiting from it are just the new users of Twitter, which are just like
right. So they don't remember pre-algorithm.
right.
They don't remember the good old chronological timeline, the organic growth.
Yeah.
No.
Let's start like I want to no longer tolerate like certain phrases on Twitter. I don't want to tolerate stolen tweets
But,
because
yeah,
that's
obviously we should not.
It's nuts that we have to just tolerate stolen tweets, and then like when they get called out, the person is like, "Yeah, but it popped off though." They don't even
it's
care.
not that deep.
No, yeah,
we should ban people saying
it's not that deep. It's perfect. Yeah. I would love to like
an illegal phrase.
It should be illegal to say like who did this on Twitter.
Who did this is so fucking bad.
Yeah.
Who did this on like a thing that you cropped out the username from?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We shouldn't.
It's so bad.
We shouldn't. We shouldn't tolerate TweetDeck accounts. Just shouldn't do it at all. But it's also like, and I'm gonna bring back me being jaded into this.
Okay.
And then we can start the podcast, and then it'll be fun. I swear. But
I swear to God.
I swear I'm not. I'm just gonna be in a bad mood this whole time. But like, this really is so interesting for me to talk about. I talk about it with all my friends.
Yes.
At one point, am I just going to have to walk away and say, I don't get it anymore? I guess I'm jaded. And it's just not funny to me because there's very little on the platform that's actually genuinely funny to me. But there was a tweet that was popping off like not that long ago that we talked about. And it was that guy that was like, man, fuck the sleep recording app. And it was just sounds of him farting.
Yeah.
So it was just a screen record and then you hit play and it's just, you'd hear little sounds, and it was like a platinum fucking tweet, like hundreds of thousands of and everyone is like, I can't breathe, I'm dying right now, I'm fucking dying at this, there are tears in my eyes.
It was popping off so much that we both saw it multiple times in one day.
I saw it like 9 times in a single day, and I started seeing people that I'm mutuals with like that are sharing it that are like, oh my God, I can't breathe. This is so funny. And I feel like I'm living in an alternate, I feel like I'm living in a different timeline.
I feel like
because
I'm fucking losing it.
At what point did we fucking regress that we're laughing at fucking fart jokes now?
And this is us saying this on this podcast.
On this shit and piss podcast. But
we have
guys,
such a bad, gross podcast, and we're saying that this is bottom fucking tier.
This is bottom tier shit. If you're laughing at just the sound of something going And that's what my God, dude, like we have to do a little bit better than that on Twitter. We have to be a little bit more creative than
We
that.
have to raise the bar off of the fucking floor at
That's
least.
the thing, though. We don't have to do that because those are the tweets that are being catered to by the algorithm, and that's what's popping off. You don't have to do anything. You can steal tweets, not be creative, and just make fart jokes, and you'll bang on Twitter. And that's why I'm just kind of like, I don't want to fucking really use it anymore. It's just really, I'll stare and watch something blank faced, completely blank faced the entire time. And all the replies are just like, I can't fucking breathe right now. I'm crying.
Screaming.
I'm screaming at this. And I'm just like, I think maybe my depression's back. But like, because I don't find any ounce of joy in this.
Yeah, either my depression is back and that's why I'm not finding it funny, or it was so fucking not funny that it brought my depression back.
And now I have to fucking talk to Neil about this.
Either way, I feel like shit.
Twitter is such an enigma to me. It's so, I can't believe everyone is laughing at a fucking fart joke.
When will we fade away? Because me and you both faded away from Tumblr before Tumblr shot itself in its own fucking arsehole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It shot itself in its own hard dick. And
shot its own dick off. Yeah.
They said no one's allowed to be horny. And then we're like, well, we were done using it anyway. Whatever.
Well, we were gone, so that's fine. Yeah. And we were really the lifeblood of the site.
At what point will we veer away from Twitter?
Yeah.
I don't
Tomorrow.
know.
Goodbye, everyone.
I don't quite know, but like how things are going lately. Things are going lately, because we see this trend on Instagram, excuse me, on TikTok, where, I mean, we've talked about this, and we can spend the entire podcast talking about this if we want, and we might. Where
special bonus episode.
Yeah, honestly, fucking why not? The people getting praised on TikTok are the people who are like openly stealing jokes because they think that being funny is just retelling a joke that isn't theirs.
Yes.
But then which is fine. You can do that. You can tell a joke. Hey, it's fun to just be like, hey, knock, knock. Here's a joke I know. Fucking whatever. But you don't call yourself a comedian for it.
Right, yeah. Because that's what I said. I was like, the funny kid in school was not the one who just owned a joke book.
Exactly. It's a person
and just told jokes out of the joke book.
Who just like naturally had a good sense of humor or can be
who just
funny
like riffs on stuff and just like, makes bits up, which we were too tired to do a bit today, but we've been known to have a bit.
Every fucking episode, yeah.
Yeah.
And it takes effort, and sometimes they hit or miss, but you're just having a good time, and who cares? But to call yourself a comedian and tell other people's jokes, and then for that thing to suddenly be accepted online, does my old ass just not understand anymore? That's not what it is. I almost wanna like support these people and be like, hey man, you're really funny. Go do stand up. Like just see how it fucking goes, because it's not the same thing, and it will never be the same thing. But did you see that? Because we were talking about it before, and I'm sure the people listening, the ones who are still listening, are will remember there was something on TikTok recently where someone was like, okay guys, I got a new magic trick for you. So we're writing we're at 1,300 in the mirror, and then we go like this, and then we erase the 1, and then we go over here and we move it closer to and then it spells boo, and then they go, that's a joke. Okay, it's not, it didn't tickle me or anything like that, but it is a joke, and if somebody
no one could
created
say that
it,
isn't a joke. Yeah.
Who cares? That's not what I care about. Like whether or not I find it funny. And I saw it blow up on Twitter, right? And it just had like hundreds of thousands. But then I saw other videos of people doing the exact same thing a week later that also had things that were blowing up, and people are like, oh my God, I love this person. They're so funny. Off of a joke that isn't there. I don't get it. Will somebody younger than me explain it to me? Please, somebody younger than me explain it to me and make me understand it. I don't understand why this is acceptable.
Yeah, well, here's my social theory.
Okay, I want to hear it.
My social theory is that TikTok as a platform used to be Musical.ly, right?
Yes.
The main function of which was like, mouthing along to songs.
Yeah.
And when it became TikTok, it kind of morphed into like, you could mouth along to bits from TV shows,
Yeah, and someone
or
else's
jokes,
audio
or
even.
just another TikTok user's audio.
Uh-huh.
So the whole thing of like, it became very normal to just take someone else's audio and act along to it, and it's not that far a step to then just, instead of using their audio, just tell the joke yourself.
I think you're fucking right. I think
Right?
that we just got so close
so. I
to
think
that
that's the progression of it.
that now younger generations, the younger generation,
Yeah.
now just perceives that as being funny instead of telling someone else's joke, or being creative instead of, because, you know, that's always existed in the form of like, it's my opinion that if you're using a meme format that's really popping off right now, like if I created a tweet right now that was something Rise and Shine related, then it would get a lot of likes, but it wouldn't count as being, so you're just riding a wave, you know? That doesn't
Yeah.
count as being funny. You just said a funny thing, or you're just regurgitating the same thing that everybody.
You're partaking in the meme, which is all
Right.
good and fun.
That's fine.
But I'm not a comedy writer.
No,
I could
you
not go
can't be a
to a
comedy
writer's
writer for it.
room with my memes.
But
Well, I might for some certain shitty shows, but
we have the misconception now that you can do that, and we're like encouraging people to do it, which is very, very strange, because it's, and I think you nailed it. I think you totally nailed it.
Yeah.
It grew from Musical.ly.
yeah, I think that's what it is. I think that just the next step from mouthing along to something is just repeating something, right?
And now that they think, that's good, because, okay, if I could just relate it to music or writing or poetry or anything like that, because as much as we want to, we want to laugh at these things, comedy and being funny and all that stuff, it just like being a good writer and to be able to write a good joke or to just to be funny, it's a skill, it's a talent, and it's an art, right?
I think so.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
And if I were to write a poem, and this has happened many times in the past, thank God, right? This has happened many times in the past that on Tumblr, I would write this poem and then people would steal it. People would steal whole lines from it, whole things from it. And then other people would notice and they'd tell me, hey, I just thought you should know this person is just jacking your stuff right now. And then I'd reach out to them or I'd call them out, and people would call it plagiarism because that's what it was.
Yeah.
But now it's not. If someone did that to my song today and some fucking Gen Z kid was like, hey, man, it's not that fucking deep. It's just like, I'd be like, go fuck yourself.
Like,
what are you
I'm
saying?
going
I
to
wrote
sue
this.
you.
I wrote this. It's mine. It belongs to me.
I'm suing you for all your fucking assets.
The biggest takeaway from this, too, and this is like the most interesting thing to me, and I think it will, if there are people listening and you're finally getting it, you're finally clicking, hey, this is a little fucking weird. Why are we accepting this? How come this is a thing? Consider this next part. The reason that these people gravitate toward being like that, why these TweetDeck accounts exist and why they don't care about it, of course, it's for clout. It's to maybe financially profit off it in some way in the future. It's to create a big following. But the reason that these platforms like TikTok or these TweetDeck accounts that are stealing tweets, the reason why people want to remove the credit from something and say, who did this, just so it'll pop off, that's not an original thing to do, and you contributed nothing to it. You actually made it worse.
You made it actively worse.
But this is the perfect formula for unfunny people
Yes.
to get the opportunity to be funny. This is an unfunny person's only opportunity to be funny. This is their only opportunity to create the illusion that they have a personality or a skill.
Right,
that
because
they don't
everyone's
have.
just clapping and screaming and not being able to breathe. And meanwhile, they didn't fucking do anything.
Can we please stop
they
patting
stole
them
it.
on the back for it? We need to stop tolerating it, right?
It's
Or
bad. I think it's awful.
Or we don't, and people our age will go away, and then they will have the internet, and that will be fine. But it's just such a confusing thing to me. I think we need to either go one direction or the other, and it feels very split right now. But it's my personal opinion that we shouldn't tolerate it, because like social media is this beautiful thing that you can create and share on. But now it doesn't matter. People will steal the things that you share, and then they won't get in trouble for it. They won't even get scolded for it, really. I mean, like, people will be like, saw this tweet last week. Who cares? Well, wow, that's a stolen tweet. But they're still doing it.
Yeah.
Because
It's wild to me. I don't know. It's crazy to me. Yeah, I don't know. I've had a lot of my photos stolen.
Yeah. That's dreadful.
It's not good. And it's not usually people necessarily passing them off as their own, but it's more like just reposting them without credit or putting a really shitty black and white filter on them. That's like the worst thing you
That's
can do.
just insulting.
That's so
that actually just hurts.
Just desaturating it. I'm like, ugh, offensive. Yeah, but generally that's kind of accepted as like like plagiarism or something.
Yeah.
And it's not like, it's the difference between someone like covering one of your songs and someone just telling everyone they wrote that song.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because covering something is one thing. Granted, I don't know how you would cover a joke. I guess you would just retell the joke, But when you yourself are pretending to, when you are getting patted on the back for being a funny person telling another person's joke, what the fuck? What is that? A person, if they cover my songs, I think that's great. You learn and you practice and you love that song and you connect with it in some way. And then they always credit what they're doing. Hey, this is a cover of this or that. This other thing is not quite that, and that that's why it feels so foreign to me.
The credit. Yeah,
they remove the credit.
It's fucking whack.
And then they reap the benefits of being a creative, funny person with a personality. But it's an illusion that they're creating. They don't have a personality. They're not funny. Mm-hmm. So this is their only way of feeling funny.
Yeah.
And but that's the saddest thing I can imagine. I can't believe people are openly doing that. It's the saddest thing I could ever imagine.
Mate, it's bad. I don't know. It's the state. I think we should just go. Let's just write little bits, attach them to a pigeon's leg, and just see where they go.
Yeah.
See who gets it.
And then whoever will get it, it's just theirs now.
Yeah. And if it goes viral, so be it.
But
word of mouth.
Yeah, realistically, I probably have another few years on Twitter. If it keeps on going at this rate, I'll probably dip off and just be like, you know what, this is it's just nothing but clown shit here now,
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to Vampire Freaks.
Yeah, I need to get a live journal at this point, and you all can join in on it.
Yeah,
you see, that's the cool thing about having like a blog or something like that. You can be a creative person, you can be a funny person, you can have interactions with people, you do all that stuff, but it's still like your platform that they're going to,
Yeah, they're actually like typing in your little URL.
Yeah, I think it's cool. We need to revert back to that. I think internet needs to go back to the nerds. People who use computers and still use websites.
Make the internet uncool again.
That's what they did wrong. They made smartphones too user-friendly. And now everybody can go on the internet, and not everybody should, I feel like, because that's why Facebook is bad, is because it's like the culmination of everybody being on the internet. Tumblr was good because there was kind of this layer between, like you kind of had to be a fucking nobody and a nerd to even want to be on Tumblr.
Yeah.
But everybody wants to be on Twitter. And everybody is on Facebook. Your grandmother is on Facebook. Everybody's grandmother is on Facebook. That's why it's bad.
This is, tangentially related. Is this why like the Visco people are getting annoyed at people calling themselves Visco girls,
Who are the Visco people?
Well, people who actually use Visco.
Oh, because they feel like they're kind of...
It's becoming like too normie.
Maybe, but Visco's been normie for like more than a minute.
Yeah.
And I would even consider like the people who use Visco as like a social platform to like post your photos, like that's almost a little normie.
I've never done it.
I've
used the app for 5 years, but I've never posted to it.
I definitely have, because I'll randomly get like likes, or I think they're like saved. I don't even know how that works. It's a terrible platform. You can't even leave comments. So that's why it's bad.
Yeah.
But social media is endlessly, and it's because I make my living on it, Mm-hmm. But it's an anomaly, it's changing, and that's what's exciting about it. But I think it's changing in the wrong direction. And I don't want to see anybody that's listening to this podcast laugh at a fucking fart joke. Come on. You did better than that like a year ago.
Yeah.
And this is, again, it's coming from
all right,
us.
get this. You can laugh at a fart joke. Don't just laugh at a fart noise.
That's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm saying.
This is the thing. If it's a joke, it's a joke. If it's a noise, come on. Maybe we should just like replace our fucking podcast with a soundboard.
I think we should actually just stop putting all the effort into like
And just
doing
press
the
a
podcast
fucking
that we
noise
do
button.
and
Yeah.
just be like, hey, don't you hate it when uh-oh, and people are just like, oh my God, I can't believe that. It's like, what year are we in right now? What age did we regress to being how old just now? I swear the fucking meme is just going to be somebody dangling keys in front of a camera and people are just going to be giggling
Going
and drooling
absolutely
and fucking
mad at it.
Come on, do better than that.
People just eat it up. Yeah.
It's insane.
Okay.
So we have to make the decision now. Are we answering questions on the show or are we doing a social media episode?
I think maybe we should answer a couple
All right,
questions.
let's get into a couple of questions.
I suppose.
Our longest
we've
intro.
done like half our episode.
Yeah, we're
of-
about
yeah.
halfway through.
Yeah.
Which is especially funny because we were just talking about at the beginning of this episode. We're like, yeah, let's do the serious question at the end because we like to keep like the serious, like not funny stuff, you know, the interesting stuff for sure that people appreciate, but we kind of keep it at the end of the episode to like give them the opportunity to kind of dip out, you know?
Yeah.
And
So we
then
gave you the opportunity to dip out at the beginning of the podcast.
Yeah, and we went full force 20 minutes into a social media tangent. And I could talk
Spiel.
for 20 more hours on this. Like, it's endlessly
We do
interesting
often
to
is
me.
the fucked up
We do in
thing.
our personal lives, yeah.
Yeah.
This is the most real version of us that you can get. It's just like being like, hey, so, okay, notice this pattern here. And like, are you getting more promoted tweets on your thing this week? So every 7 tweets, it's so interesting to
man.
me.
It's crazy. Yeah.
But that's what it is now, by the way. Every 7 tweets, there's a promoted
It's every
tweet.
7 tweets.
Every 7 tweets, there's a promoted tweet. It's all changing
We
so much.
noticed
You
it.
literally can't do more than that unless it's like eventually
Every
there's
other
gonna
one.
every other thing is just gonna be something that's like, hey, NHL season starting. It's like, why are you telling me that? How is your
Eventually,
algorithm this bad?
We're just going to have one original tweet per 7 tweets, and the rest are going to be ads.
Yeah. You just have to
Ads and
find the
TweetDeck
original
accounts.
tweets. Yeah.
That's the game.
Though it is funny to me how much these things fail because Twitter wants it to be like they want to disguise these things as tweets to be like, hey, they're just tweeting. Everyone, we're all just memeing here, everyone. So they'll
Yeah.
somehow, and I don't know why they do this, allow you to reply to these promoted tweets, and everyone is like literally like, fuck off and die. Don't show this to me. I'm blocking you. That's never, I've
Yes.
never seen a promoted tweet do well and have good responses underneath it in the history of me being on Twitter. I've never seen it one time. So why do they do it? Why is everyone
Yeah.
doing the dumb thing? None of this makes
Yeah.
sense and it's all happening.
I know. And every ad I get is in some way related to sports.
Yeah, me
So
too.
their
But
algorithm's
they're
not
all-
even fucking
it's
working.
a really bad algorithm if they think that
Yeah.
I give a shit about hockey. You know?
Yeah.
Like, I just don't watch it. Give me something else.
Yeah, give me anything else, please.
You know whose ads are actually like... There's no ads that are tolerable, but that are...
But you know who ads like weirdly work on you a lot of the time?
His Instagram. Instagram ads fucking get me.
I've seen you so many fucking God, you're an Instagram advertiser's dream because you'll just be scrolling down and see some ad for a game for a ball that you roll down a slope and you're just like I need
I'm
it.
downloading it. Holy shit! I'm paying.
It's already on my phone.
And I
Oh
play
my
it
God,
for
I'm paying for the different skins for the
No, I
ball.
never pay for skins. Don't do that. But I am one of those people who will like. I roll my eyes at the ad because it's just like one of those funny things that are like, here's my mom playing and here's my dad playing and ooh, one of them's bad and one of them's good, or they're
Yeah,
like,
my mom's owning, so take that, sexism.
yeah, or they're like, God, they do one that's like, try not to be relaxed when you play this game. Try not to be aesthetically relaxed when you play this.
I love the idea of trying not to be relaxed.
Fuck, damn it, I can't. I'm too chilled out right now. The fucking vibe is too real. How can
Trying desperately, trying to grit your teeth through it and like not being able
I'm
to.
like trying to agitate myself, but at the end of it, I just quietly to myself just say, that's the fucking vibe. And then I'm relaxed after that point.
Just slip into a gentle coma.
Shit, that is actually the vibe, isn't it? And then I'm super relaxed. No, I will.
Fuck, I'm vibing.
I am one of those people who will I'll be scrolling on Instagram, and on Instagram it's every 4 posts. Every 4 posts has an ad. Isn't that fucking unheard of?
Isn't that so
And
many?
everyone's just tolerating it. But I think on Instagram I don't really mind that much. I'm not really on Instagram that much unless it's for
I don't mind that much because I like the ads because I buy the things.
I don't mind that much because I'm only on Instagram to peruse
To
new
purchase games.
Yeah.
to find the next physics-based game that I can play.
On the hunt for the next game I've played the exact version of a month prior. But I'm not one of those people that buys skins, so how dare you? But I am certainly one of those people that I'll see the ad right then. I'll be like, it's a free game. Who cares? I want to try it out. I'll download it right then. I'll play it for about 10 minutes and go, God, these ads are annoying. So I'll buy the full version so I don't get ads.
Yeah, that's what you do.
That's exactly the pattern they wanted me to follow. I see it. I try it. I don't want the ads. I paid.
You saw their ad and liked it, and then you saw the ads on their free game and didn't like them, so gave them money.
Advertisers just our mouths just water when they think of my brain. When they think of my little walnut brain scrolling Instagram.
But I've told you the kind of ad that works on me weirdly well.
Which is that?
It's a real life ad, not an internet ad.
Oh yeah, for a fucking Coke.
For a Coke.
Every time you see an advertisement for a soft drink, your fucking mouth starts watering. You go, I could really go for it. It's just like a generic picture where it's just like it's all cold looking in the condensation.
Where they've like sprayed it with water.
Yeah.
It's the spraying it with water that gets me. I'm just like, man, that looks cold. I know it's not cold. I know it's a photography trick and they've just sprayed it, but I'm like, God, I want that wet ball.
You don't even drink soda.
I don't. That's the fucked up thing.
But you will drink a soda if you see a billboard that has a Coca-Cola on it.
What? Well, to be fair, the first time it happened, I was like in Turkey, which is so hot, so warm and dry, and then there was just, and it was a poster on the side of a shop, and it was like so faded, like it kind of, you know, when something's been in the sun for too many years and it kind of goes blue, but it still looks so fucking good. I went and bought one.
That's so bizarre to me.
Yeah.
I've never seen just like a billboard of a soft drink.
I've never been thirstier for Coke than that moment in my life.
And you actually went out and bought that brand too. Like it wasn't just, oh man, I'm thirsty, I need a drink. You're like, I need that drink.
I need that.
And that's exactly what they want. They want you to look at
this 90s Coca-Cola. Yeah.
And say, I need that beverage in me right now. That's a dream for advertisers.
I know, it's fucked up. It's fucked up.
Instagram ads work on me every single time, but those are actually like super catered to me. They'll be like, hey, you're into like these little mobile games, right? And yeah, I'd like to try it out, sure. And then I'll actually pay money for it, which is insane. I shouldn't do it. But I'll get a lot of like audio ads too. It'll just be like, hey, look at this audio interface, and I'll click it. I will click it.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they want. They're begging for you to click that thing. Mm-hmm. And I'm the person that will click it. I'll leave comments on it sometimes too. I'll be on Instagram. I'm commenting on an ad fucking thing.
I would love just for one of our listeners just be like scrolling through, randomly looking at an ad and just see you just earnestly replying from your Flat Sound account because you do it sometimes.
Yeah, it's like not from a different account. It's from the Flat Sound account. I'll just reply.
And you'll just give them some honest feedback.
Oh man. Okay, so we have about 15 minutes left on the episode.
Okay.
How about this? We'll do the last question because it's the serious one.
Okay.
We will do the last question. And this is our fucking podcast. People can skip it, and we're not sponsored by anybody yet. We're not. We can literally we can say here's
do what we want.
Here's the podcast episode, and it's us just not saying anything for 45 minutes.
Yeah,
just silence.
It's like a John Cage like inspiration piece. Yeah.
So will you read? You were gonna read the last one, right?
Yeah.
Let's just do that one, and then we'll do like a serious art question, and then this will just be like
this will just be us fucking going off.
This will just be like the serious episode.
Yeah. Well, this will be like a return to our original podcast description.
That's
is
true.
What this is, right?
Originally, we were gonna be like, we're in like a long distance relationship, but we talk about like, like internet culture and, art and stuff like that, which is exactly what we're doing here.
Which is actually what we're doing.
So tell us if you enjoy it, but I'm pretty sure people listening to this podcast are like, I'm used to stinky shit piss pickles.
Yeah.
And I'd like to get back to that, please.
Yeah. And we will get back to that.
I enjoy
so
that
shortly.
too. I enjoy that too. So
we contain multitudes is the fucked up thing.
I am
that's this one trick that doctors hate is containing multitudes.
I am multifaceted.
Yes. And it's beautiful. Okay, do you want me to read you this question?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. This question is called Mitch's songwriting process. And it goes, Hey chaps, I'm listening to your 37th episode right now, the last episode. Is that your little sister? And you gave the advice, quote, add a melody to your poems. And you said that wasn't how you did it, but you've heard people like to write that way. My question is, what is your process? Do you start with the lyrics first, melody for the chorus, or just like one line? I think it would be cool to know how you normally write a song. Thanks for your time, this person's name. P.S. When you read off the lyrics for your song You Were the Home I Wanted to Grow Up In, it was really nice. I don't know why, but hearing you talk about your own lyrics is beautiful.
Multiple people told me that.
A couple people told you that, yeah.
Yeah, there was a person on Twitter, and then a person agreed with them. Or maybe it was some other platform. And now this person was like, when you read those lyrics, it was really nice, which is funny because I thought I really fucked that up because I was like, wow, what are the lyrics? Hold on, let me Google it really quick. Well, yeah, it was this, and I kind of read them poorly, but
You
people
just kind of rattled them off.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to do anything.
No.
Can I read the lyrics to that whole song for this person?
Right now?
Yeah. Let me do it right now.
Just read them off like you're reading an email.
Sure.
Yeah. Do it.
Not heavy spoken word.
No.
But
just casually reading.
Yeah, I'll just read them right here, and I'll add a little bit of reverb to my voice starting now. I have reverb, and I'm going to add some music when I start this. This is just for that person. Going to really calm them if they really like this, okay?
Beautiful.
So this is a song that I wrote, or the lyrics to a song that I wrote called You Were a Home That I Wanted to Grow Up In. And the lyrics are, you can love again, despite the things you said, about caring too much for a person you thought was the most important part of your life. But that's what you get for opening a closed door in hopes that you'll find love on the inside. I'm a house with no windows. You're the flowers on the front porch. And I can't stop, I can't stop, I can't stop. But sometimes it scares me how much I think about going for a walk and never coming home, and how willing I am to leave everything I have and everyone I know. And you said, I think your eyes could use some sleep. And I said, I like your arms the way they are. That's it.
Wow. That was beautifully read, actually.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. I enjoyed listening.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I have this, since multiple people told me that, it's not spoken word what I'm doing. I'm just kind of reading one of my songs. Maybe that's a little something I could offer patrons. Just as a calming little inside scoop thing.
If they like it, then yeah.
If you enjoy it, if it's ASMR to you, I love art. I love writing. And I'm really so appreciative that people appreciate my lyrics. Because I put a lot into them. The fact that people connect with them in any way, I'm just that means a lot to me. That means a whole ton to me. That people are even listening to my art. Yeah. If that's something that they would like, let me know. And I would be more than happy to do it sometime for the patrons. Mm-hmm. Anyway.
That's good. That's a good idea. I like it.
Writing a song is interesting. I mentioned in the last episode that while I've done it in the past, I'm not one of those people that can just take an existing poem and say, all right, I'll just add a melody to it and then it'll be a song. I know a lot of people do that, and it just has not worked for me. It's not even close to my preference. I've done it in the past. It's not something that I do. How I write a song, this person specifically says,
what do you start with?
Do you start with the lyrics first, melody for the chorus, or just one line? And it's usually just one line. I'm messing around with an instrumental somehow. I always start with the instrumental, whether that be a guitar in my hands or something that I'm making that's already multi-layered, or just something like that, even just an ambient tone. That'll kind of set the tone for what's going to come out of me. And then I'll let one of the lines fall out of me naturally. And it has to be completely naturally. And that line is very rarely is it the first line of the song. It's somewhere that
you've told me that before.
I really liked just this one line, but I never imagined it as being, because it doesn't make any sense being the first line, or it's just not how the song should start. But I'm like, wow, that's actually kind of catchy, and that's really cool, and that means something to me. And it can be a part of the bridge, a part of the chorus, the end of a verse, something like that. It's one random line. And if you can imagine the song starts there, and it kind of blossoms outward until it's finished. I don't
Yeah.
then take that and write the next line. I don't then take that and go, okay, what line comes directly before it? I start building the structure to the song after that. I go, okay, well, that's probably like a chorus, because I don't really do choruses that much, but that's probably this point of the song. That's probably the middle of the song. That's probably the endish of the song. Maybe that's how the song ends, and I start kind of writing it backwards, and I start reworking stuff, but I start kind of building the skeleton of the song. Oh, that's okay. I'm getting at what point would I get to that? And I think that's important, because you're setting up a story and you're setting up these lines to kind of hit people in a certain way. And if you can kind of plan them out ahead of time, that's how lines really hit. That's how something really affects somebody, is if you can plan it up and kind of build up to something that it hits people and they go, ooh, ow, or ooh, that was beautiful, or wow, the imagery of that was really nice.
Yeah.
But it always starts with something kind of falling out of me naturally when I already have an instrumental, whether that be a guitar in my hands or something that I've been working on prior. And the song blossoms outwards from there. It grows from there until it's a
Yeah,
finished
you kind
song.
of like build around it.
Yes, and that's what I do almost every time. And I know that a lot of people are out there and thinking like, oh, I write songs very quickly and they're very on the spot, because I really like the idea of just like of free thought and being spontaneous and stuff like that. If that works for you, then continue doing it and you'll get better at it. And that has never worked for me. I have songs that are like that. Sometimes I write songs very, very quickly and I get very lucky, but the vast majority of the time, I chip away at the lyrics so incredibly slowly that it's frustrating. I really do. And I used to relate it to like when you're just chiseling away at marble.
Yeah.
You
just start with a blank hunk of it.
And I rework every word and every line until I'm like, it's the wrong word. No, it has to be, it's the wrong amount of syllables here. It has to be that, no, now we're getting closer, but it's still, no, it should go into this differently. And I'll just lay on the floor sometimes and just listen to the instrumental and I'm not joking, 6 hours, and I'm still on the floor, and I just have my phone with me and I'm just running lines in my head. No, it should be that. No, I think it should be this. I think it should be this. That's how I do it. Maybe it'll work for you. Maybe you're the type of person who writes very quickly, but I've always considered it being like, we all have brains that are creative. We all have brains that are like just kind of giving us imagery all the time. And it's almost annoying to me. I was actually talking to Jordan about it recently, where it's like when you're sleepy and you close your eyes and you're just imagining these things. That happens to all people, but it doesn't make you a creative person. It just makes you a person. To put that thought onto paper also isn't that creative to me, but to make it actually mean something very deep and meaningful to you, and to really put that on paper, that takes the extra effort. So that's what I go for. And it's worked well for me, but it's very time consuming. And I can't just bang out a song. Sometimes I can and I get very lucky, and sometimes those songs are incredible and they're really good, but I can't do it every time. I can't even come close to do it every time. So if I had to give some actual advice, put time into your work. Don't think that you have to write songs in the way that they, write songs on like TV when they're sort of what's the word I'm looking for? When you're seeing a songwriter depicted in a movie, it's almost like they sort of are like, all right, band behind me, this is in an E flat, and then they pull out a piece of paper that they already wrote, and then they're singing the song. This is definitely not how it works, at least for me.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't expect it to work that way.
Yeah. So, if I'm taking your kind of metaphor of the like hunk of marble, I'm imagining like the way it's like depicted, and maybe the way some people write, I don't know, is kind of just like they do the first line and then they do the second line, and they just kind of go through it, kind of thing. And that's like more how a 3D printer works.
Yes.
Rather than if you're actually like making something with your hands, then you kind of you work on the rough outline of something first, and then move into like different areas of detail.
And now it's starting to take shape in the
but it does not just like reveal itself inch by inch going straight downwards.
I love that imagery of or just that comparison of like you're not a printer.
Yeah.
Because it works as like a 3D printer. It works as like an inkjet printer even, you know, like you don't just
Yeah.
start from the top and go, here's the poem going down. Here's the
Yeah.
song going down. That's so robotic and that's not, but I think you're right. A lot of people do write like that. They're like, here's a new poem. First line, second line, third line. And I've never written poems that way. And I think that if you are writing poems that way and you're struggling, consider that that's not the format for you.
Yeah.
And start from the middle and then add the beginning. I never write the first line first, and I will often write the first line last. And I always kind of like, I secretly like hate the first line of like most Flat Sound songs. And it's because I wrote it last and I sat there for
telling you that.
Yeah, I'm just like, there's so many Flat Sound songs where I'm just like, okay, that was the first line, but it gets better. Like it gets by the
just
end.
gotta get the first line out of the way.
By the end, there's this formula there that will punch you in the gut. And it starts with the first line. Forget the first line, you know, whatever. Yeah, I don't really like a lot of first lines to Flat Sound songs. That's never really been my strong point. It's really hard for me to get it down, and that's very often the last line that I write. And then I don't even like that because I've already gone through so many iterations of that first line. It's just a line that'll get to something good.
The first line that comes in the song is just something that's building up to the first line that you actually wrote, which is halfway through the song.
Exactly, which is at like the minute and a half mark, and that's like the point that I'm hoping that people will go, ooh, that's some meaningful shit.
Yeah.
But you got to get there, you know? Mm-hmm. And I like that, you know? I don't think it's not right for all songwriting. And if you want to be like, if you want to write a different genre of music or be a different kind of writer, and then there's like, you know, pop music, which is like a staple. It's a necessity. I love pop music.
Yeah.
But it's different. It's a completely different thing. It's this product, you know? And it's a good product. It's tasty. I like it.
It's delicious,
I consume a lot of it.
Yes.
But it's different than just staying at home and being a poet, you know? And if you're doing that, you have to kind of let go of the idea that I love that printer thing.
Good.
That you just start from the top and you just, all right, here's one line and then the other.
And then that one's done and now the next one. And
Because then I feel like a lot of people writing poems like that, I feel like you can like really tell. Because I'm sure I have written poems like that, like in the 9th grade. But it was when all the poems had like such a structure of being like,
it's when you like had to write a poem for like Father's Day or something.
Exactly, yeah. Or you like had to write. Do you remember any of the like really early poems that you wrote for high school?
For high school?
Yeah.
I don't think I was made to write a poem in high school.
They made us write in the 9th grade, and I was always told like, wow, you have a real knack for writing. This is really good. But thinking about them, like they're so bad, and they were all about just like really depressing shit. Like really, because like there was no nuance in high school. There was just like, yeah, I like, you know, slit my fucking wrists and want to kill myself. And it's, why would I do that in high school and just give it to an adult teacher? Also, why didn't anyone say anything? Why didn't they contact my parents?
Yeah, I remember my one of the pieces that I submitted for like GCSE English, which was like in year 11, I guess, was so dark that it was like a short piece. It was only like one side of paper, and I got an A star for it. I got 100%. But the teacher afterwards came up to me and he was like, he just like wanted to check that I was like okay and not going through anything.
Oh, this is a good person.
I know,
because all
sweet. But I was like, no, I'm fine. It's just like I'm into edgy shit.
Yeah, I think that's the worst part about stuff like that. And like, I wouldn't know how to respond if I was a teacher and a 9th grade student was like, you know, just really edgy, dark poem. Because my initial thing would be like, oh man, do you need anybody to talk to? And if they were like, nah, I'm just like really into edgy shit, I'd be like, oh, well then this poem sucks. then I got to tell you, the monosyllabic, really predictable rhyme scheme was something to be, it just really left something to be desired. And yeah, you need to do better than this. It's awful.
I remember one line in my thing that got like underlined as being really good was that I described a man's stubble as like tiny black daggers piercing through the like loose like flesh of his jowls.
Exactly that's exactly the type of stuff. And that alone is
just
like
unnecessarily violent imagery.
That alone is
describing the beard.
So much better than what I was doing. Like in the 9th grade, it really was just like structure that's like boom, 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 rhyme. Boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom, rhyme. But it was all
And
super,
only
super
half
depressing.
the lines were stolen from ICP songs.
Excuse you. Was I still openly a juggalo then? In the beginning of the 9th grade, I was, and then toward the end of it, I was like, I can't be a juggalo. I'm alternative emo.
I'm emo now.
I'm actually kind of, and then I grew into being seen.
Mm-hmm.
That's a whole different thing that we've talked about already on the podcast before. But I love the progression of just like me being young and being okay. I'm a little goth.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now I'm a fucking juggalo, full force juggalo, ICP shirts, long hair. This is me as a juggalo. Oop, okay, so I'm getting a little. I'm gonna tone it down with the juggalo shit, but I am wearing all black still, and now I'm straightening that long hair. And oops, I cut it, and it's really cute now. And I'm still straightening it. I'm putting on the eyeliner, and then boom, a pop of color, and I'm seen. And then like the progression of that to indie,
Yeah.
and to just
I want to look at like a flow chart of you changing from kind of like juggalo jinko jeans into like girl fitted boot cuts.
oh god,
you know?
it's just a beautiful, beautiful thing.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I experienced it firsthand as me.
Yeah.
Imagine how fun it'd
You
be to
got the
watch
raw
me do it.
experience of
That's
that.
cool. I watched me do it.
From the inside.
I
was me doing
Hey,
it.
how's this for a POV? A 6-year excursion of my of growing from a little goth to juggalo to emo to super scene to shaved head, toned down, indie, hipster. And then now I just can't shake any of it
Now-
off me.
And yeah, and now you just kind of got a slight air of all of them. And you did put some eyeliner on last month when I
I
was
can't
there.
believe we haven't talked about that yet.
Yeah.
I wore
I
eyeliner
can't
for the
believe
first
how
time.
good you looked.
I wore eyeliner for the first time since high school, and
Yeah.
and now I only just feel stupid for stopping.
Yeah.
As
It feels
soon
like
as-
wasted time.
I was
What were you
applying
doing?
it, and I was
Yeah.
like, I don't know if I'm feeling this. I don't know if I, because we were like gonna do something and see people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're going to a party, and I was just like, I'm gonna do the eyeliner. I'm gonna do it. And as I was putting it on, I was like, it's okay, it's okay. But then as soon as I was just blending, I was like, oh, he's back. I can't believe he's fucking back.
Yes, and you start smudging it around with your finger, like, oh my
Oh
god,
my god, he's arrived.
he never left. He was
He
inside
was in
me
me.
all along.
Which you have to admit's a little hot.
A little emo twink waiting in you to come out. Yeah, I love it.
We all
And then-
have
and
or
then-
want a little emo twink in us.
Stop. Anyway, tell everyone what you did with my eyeliner.
I lost it.
Yeah,
I did in fact lose it at the party.
you did.
Of course I lost it. And then I had a pretty
Yeah.
embarrassing moment where I was like looking around for something. So like everyone was just like, oh, what are you looking for? Like, did you lose your cell phone? I was like, oh, no, it's fine. And they're like, well, what'd you lose? And I was like, like it's like a little stick of eyeliner, actually.
It's actually by Billy's.
Yeah, and that doesn't belong to me. It belongs to my partner. So I'd really love to find it. And yeah, it's a little stick of eyeliner. I am wearing it. None of you have complimented it yet. So I'm glad we're talking about it.
So glad I got the opportunity to point it out, actually.
I
Yeah.
do look incredible.
The weird thing is that it looks very natural on you, though. So you
Yeah, I've
know,
always thought that.
yeah. So maybe they just thought you were very beautiful. Maybe they just thought you'd been like really, not getting that much sleep lately.
Yeah,
It
they
was
were like,
making you
oh,
hot.
oh, Jesus Christ, he's so sick in a hot way.
That's the look that I like. It's good.
We need to wrap up the show,
Yeah,
but
we do.
we didn't say this even one time. But hey, this is All the Space Between. My name is Mitch.
I'm Billy. I forgot that we do that. It's been a weird episode, but I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed rambling on.
Sometimes you just have weird episodes, especially when we're doing a back catalog. You're gonna be doing some stuff, and then I have to finish up the sleep album. The fucking
The
wishing
sleep
album.
It's
Wait.
2011. He has to
Holy
wrap up
shit.
sleep.
I wake up. It's 2012.
You still have to mix
Oh
it.
my god, I have to mix sleep still. I can't believe it.
We haven't met yet. You imagined me.
So yeah, that makes me feel a little crazy.
Fuck, I'm back at only 9K followers.
Damn it. Fucking, I haven't had the smash TikTok hit My Heart Goes Bum 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 lately, or yet.
Yet. Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, we only read one question this week, but we will be back on our answering questions bullshit next week, and maybe even the next episode if you can believe it.
Yeah. Or we'll just continue doing whatever we want with this podcast. You can listen to it or not listen to it. But the people that do listen to it, just know that we appreciate it so much. And any sort of we smile so much at the emails that end with just like, hey, by the way, I love this show. I listen to it every night or on my way to work, and
Yes.
I really just love hearing you two talk. Or sometimes I'm laughing so much I'm just like keeled over my desk at work and I look like an idiot. We get like quite a bit of those, and we're not jaded to that yet. We see them
they make
each
us smile
time
so much.
and just like show each other and just like, hey, look at this. Look at, they're actually listening, because this is like super.
Yeah.
This is still such just a podcast for nothing at this point, because really we're not making any money. We're only losing it with every episode.
We're super not getting paid.
With every month, we're only losing money because we have to pay for a domain and server space and all that stuff, and then hosting all the episodes and putting them
Plus
all.
time is money, baby, and we're
Plus time
spending
is money.
plenty of that. Yeah. You especially, you do all the mixing. I just turn up and chat shit.
Yeah, you're good at it though.
Thanks.
Okay, if you would like to send us an email, we do occasionally, after all, reply to emails during every episode, usually about 3 of them.
Yes.
If you have a pickle and you would like us to answer it on the show, please send us an email at
All the space in between at gmail.com. And if you want to listen to our getting quite hefty back catalogue now of 37 episodes, you can do that on our website, which is
allthespaceinbetween.com.
Please tell your friends, tell the internet, tell people if you do enjoy our podcast. Tell us. We love to hear that you enjoy the podcast. That's great for our egos and emotional health.
That's if we're not going to get paid for it, I'd like to get paid in feeling good that we're putting out a good product.
Yes. But if you do enjoy it, please do tell other people that you enjoy it.
Rate and review us on Apple Podcasts and do all that stuff. But more than anything, please continue to tell people about the show. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Not as funny as usual, but boy howdy was it from our hearts.
Boy howdy was it out of our mouth holes.
We will talk to you next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.